Good morning, traders. What's up? What's going on? And happy Money Monday! It's 8:20 in the morning, and as you guys know, I'm still banned over on TikTok, so it's not like I can go live on TikTok this morning. So we are live once again here on YouTube for our morning session, guys. About 40 minutes of fun, 40 minutes of reviewing the market, answering any questions you have. Again, this is an open floor session. You get to use me and abuse me for the next 40 minutes until we officially go live and start our day, guys. So what's up? What's going on? Everybody inside of chat and over on YouTube. Hit me with a good morning, guys. What's up? KCB Moose, Merlin, good morning. How we doing? Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Oh, I'm absolutely loving Money Monday as well. Starting off Money Monday down to $100, but it was worth it on MARK. I was going to go like 1,000 shares. I'm like, no, I'm not taking 1,000 shares. I'm going to start scaling in, get my feet wet here. And I'm glad I got my feet wet. That thing looked good. Tried the pop and then just didn't work out. So cut those losses quick. You know, I was in at 781 and 754, and my stops were underneath that 720 level. Cracking below 720, definitely looking like it has room to fall to 6, and we ended up coming as low as 650 once we cracked below that 720. So right now we do have room down to 6 here on MARK. Still room to 6. So right now sitting back, being patient there. Here's the thing though, guys. We have a lot of stocks moving, right? There are 5 stocks, right? A lot of them warrants, right? MARK is the only non-warrant stock that's up over 100%, right? Everything else like SONM is up 80%, CRTD up 68, PAE up 67, but you have MARK up 200%, but you have a lot of action in the market. There is tons of opportunity, tons of stocks moving. You got DWAC from last week, PHUN, CRTD, COMS from last week that still have potential. You have MARK was last week as well, but this is moving big time this morning. So it's kind of like, where do you put your focus, guys? Do you guys want to have 10 different stocks on your watch list and trying to nail 10 different trades on 10 different stocks? Or do you want to have maybe 2 to 3 stocks that have the best potential? Put your focus there. Get a feel for the stock. How's it moving? Is it consistent, right? Is it moving nice? Is it predictable? And then, you know, put your focus there. Get an idea of how that stock's moving and build a plan around that and capitalize on it. Again, do you want 10 to 20 stocks that you're watching? Or you want 2 or 3 that still have good opportunity for profit, guys? So right now, it's all about eliminating the noise, trying to identify what stocks really do have that best opportunity. And right now, we have about 10 different small caps on watch, because right now we have 10 different small caps that have amazing opportunity today. Again, that's DWAC from last week, PHUN, CRTD, COMS. A lot of stocks, guys. Today we got MARK gapping up big time in pre-market. GRNQ had some news here a little bit ago. So we had some fresh news here on GRNQ. BENE from Friday as well. This one looking to possibly try and form a little cup and handle here. Try and get that break up over 20. You can definitely see it up towards around 25 there on BENE. This is probably one of the top stocks I'm watching now after MARK failed. So I am still watching BENE here above that 1650 level for the break over 20 for the move to 25. Stops would be under, you know, $16 here. So definitely good risk to reward. METX has some good potential, but right now it's not doing all that much. We have to wait for METX to break 35 cents before we can get to 46 cents. So again, anything over 35, METX can start ripping and running as well. COMS had some news again this morning. This was a mover there on Friday, and right now, even after the news, it's kind of just curling on over. SONM curling on over. CRTD curling on over. The only stocks that are trying to get some upward action is DWAC, PHUN, and GRNQ, and obviously BENE. So right there, we do have 4 stocks that are at least worth watching right now at this point in time. That have some upside potential. You know, that looks like they're setting up to make a move higher. And again, those are DWAC, PHUN, BENE, GRNQ. A lot of these other great looking stocks that have a lot of great potential, right? We're still keeping these on watch that really aren't looking like they're going to make a move soon to the upside. They're just kind of curling and they're, they're fading down a little bit, right? There's just some profit taking, which is normal. MARK definitely doesn't look like it's setting up for a long. It looks like it's going to pull back to $6, right? CRTD starting to crawl on over a little bit here as well. SONM cracking support. COMS starting to crack a little bit here. So again, just be smart, be careful. Make sure you have good plans and good stop losses. You can't nail every single trade. Every now and then you're going to get stopped out, but you have to be able to cut your losses quick, right? If I didn't cut my losses at 716, I would be down an additional, what is that, 60 cents, right? That could have been a $200 additional loss just for holding it, right? Being greedy. Oh, I hope it goes back up. I'm going to be greedy and just hold the bag. No, go ahead and stop out and move on, and you'll find that good trade that works out for you. So what's up, Corey Merlin, B Moose KC? What's going on, TikTok Mom? Good morning. Over on YouTube, Maxoids, what's up? Dennis, Jeremy, good morning. Good morning. Will GOTU do anything soon? Well, let's go check out GOTU real quick. So, I mean, we were looking at GOTU a few weeks back, but after it kind of failed, within a couple days of having that nice day there on the 11th of October, I kind of just stopped looking at it because it wasn't really doing what I expected it to do to really get that hype, to really start to see this potentially breaking 5 to fill that gap up in the 9s. But right now, I mean, it's not dumping on back off. It's not terrible, but it just needs a lot more time to set up. Right now, it's risky. It's 50-50. You buy it here. Could it start ripping and filling the gap? Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely, right? It only takes one press release in this market to get something going. And right now, a little press release is going to get any stock ripping and running because that's the momentum and that's the action that we have. So it's definitely worth watching. If something happens and GOTU drops a press release, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this thing gap up and squeeze and fill the gap like we're seeing a lot of these other stocks doing, as far as just gapping up off news and just ripping and running. But right now, looking at just the technicals, it needs to break $5. Once we start breaking 5, we have a lot of potential to fill that gap up to the $9 area on GOTU. And right now, you do have some support on the daily right around that 318. So as long as it holds like 3 to 318, maybe it puts in a little bit of a double bottom here on the daily. If we start to see it breaking 434, I'm interested, right? I'm definitely getting interested to start, building a position for that potential break over 5 to fill that gap up towards around 950. But again, we have some time to really be patient and wait for this to actually set up. The last thing that I want to do is, buy here at 335. It never set up, it never confirmed. And then here in the next week, it's down at 225. Right? So again, sit back, relax, be patient, wait for that structure to set in, wait for some confirmation. Breaking over 434 is your first level of confirmation off a double bottom that, hey, we have potential to break 5, and we could definitely fill that gap up into the $9 area on GOTU. So if it cracks below 3, if I were in it, for any reason, if I were in this and it cracks below 3, I'd get out because the likelihood of it falling back down to 225 is pretty high. So right now, we got MARK just sitting back waiting to see what that's going to do. Same thing with GRNQ. We have some news this morning there on GRNQ. BENE was looking like it was going to try and find some support there and get a nice little move up for a possible cup and handle, but this thing right now looking a little iffy. METX. There's a lot of stuff moving, guys, right? There's a lot of stuff moving. But as far as like opportunity, like right now trades, like let's jump in and trade something, right? Is there any like good A+ setups? No. There's really nothing visually appealing as far as like clean, grade A, good setup. Right now, you would just be looking for momentum plays, right? Pulling back to prior highs as new support, looking for the bounce, looking for momentum, to push the stock higher. But we can kind of see things are starting to slow down a little bit. I think traders are taking a breath. They're trying to be like, all right, it was a crazy morning, right? It's pretty hot. We had DWAC from around 85 up towards around 110, right? Traders are kind of taking a breath. PHUN from $8 all the way up to 12. And right now we can see just that momentum and that action's kind of just dying on off here a little bit. CRTD, same thing, $4 to $9 right now, just selling off, pulling back. Right now, again, you're just seeing a little bit of profit taking, which is normal, which is good. I would rather be patient for the next hour, not buy anything, let all of these stocks fade and fall and come back down into levels of support, and they already be pretty low to where we can look to buy that dip for those early morning spikes and for those, pretty nice rips and runs versus the stock opening at the highs in pre-market, right? And then just being iffy, like, okay, is it going to break over pre-market highs? Is it going to dump down to support? What's going to happen, right? I'd rather let these stocks rip in pre-market, sell on off right before the open, be pretty damn close to support, and at least have a better idea of which way this is going to go, right? We're already at support. So if we hold support and we're like 50 cents away, we have so much room to the upside. And at that point, we don't feel like we're chasing the top, right? We don't feel like we're buying it at the top. We're buying that dip right off support, looking to sell at the top. Big time profit opportunity today, guys. So again, right now, it's cool. Let everything fade on off, sell on off. That is okay, because that's going to put a lot of these stocks back down at decent buy areas for those next legs up. So right now, if everything wants to continue to sell on off, that's fine. We have support at 6 here on MARK, and then back down towards around 445, and then potentially back down at 323. GRNQ actually doesn't look bad here. GRNQ can break over that 130. It has room to 154, and you have that 120 support there on GRNQ. And, BENE still fighting. As long as BENE stays above 1660, re-breaking 18, we have really high odds of this breaking 20 for the next leg up to probably $25 would be your next target there over on BENE. Again, METX, I do like METX. METX over 35 has room to 40 and then 46 cents there on METX. Nothing right now on COMS. Let this bad boy pull back towards around 170 support. SONM, same thing, starting to crack below that 350. Let SONM pull back towards around that 230 support level. CRTD hasn't really just faded on off yet, but if it does start to crack and fade and fall, wait for it to come back down towards around 5 to 530 support. But right now, it may try and hold up to 650. So we'll just keep this on the watch about, around 650. Holds above 650, we have room back up towards around 840. Cracking below 650, wait for this to pull back towards around 5 to 530 support there on CRTD. PHUN, new support right now is right around $10. Cracking below 10, back down towards around 760 support. They're on PHUN, simply looking for a break over 12 for the leg up towards around 1439 would be your first main level there on PHUN. And then DWAC, new support on this is right around $100, 101.59. Looking for a clean break over that 110.50, pretty much call it 111. And you could see this up towards around 115. And then you could see it up towards around 121. Now, it seems like there's a lot of resistance from 110 to 121. And you have to take some profit around that 115, 120, 121. But you're still talking potentially $5 to $10 to the upside. So there's still a lot of great potential here over on DWAC. So that's what I'm looking at right now at this point in time. Some key levels, some levels of support, resistance, kind of, what we're seeing, right? We don't have a lot suggesting we have some breaking coming on up, some more upside potential. The only ones that look like they could still push higher here in pre-market is going to be DWAC over that 110, PHUN over that $12 area up towards around 14. CRTD doesn't really have any kind of, appealing look to it, right? Doesn't look like it's definitely setting up for a nice little move higher. SONM, same thing, kind of fading and falling. COMS fading and falling. METX, maybe. Not too crazy about METX. BENE, I do like it as long as it's above that 1660. There goes GRNQ over 130. Again, room to 140 and 155. And then MARK looking like it still has room down to 6. So right now, I'm watching BENE in pre-market for this potential double bottom, cup and handle, BENE. We're at 1750. Stops would be at 1650. I'd risk a couple $100 on the trade. I like the potential double bottom that it's trying to set in. So, you know, I might give it a little go here on BENE. Just take a little stab at it. We got ARCA, NASDAQ. And again, $18 break, room back to 20. And honestly, if it's a cup and handle, it has a lot of great potential to break over 20 and rip up towards around 25 here on BENE. So again, I'm not taking huge size in pre-market. Not too crazy about a lot, but I like the potential BENE has. You know, it looks like it could be putting in that quick little double bottom, looking to get a re-break of 18. We could see it squeeze the 20, and if it's a great cup and handle, breaking over 20, some great action up to 25. So again, I don't need 1,000 shares, and I don't really want to take 1,000 shares in pre-market on a stock that can move against me $2. So what did I do? Really looking for the bigger hold, right? The bigger move. If this is a great cup and handle, we know that it should break 20 and it should pop, you know, pretty aggressively. And the next main level of resistance is what? $25. So I know that from 18 to 25, I can capitalize on about a $7 move on 100 shares. That could be $700. Where's my stop? My stop's about $1 away, right? My stop's underneath that 1660 support. So I'm risking 1650 with a 1766 entry. So that means I'm risking about $116, right? Is that right? Yeah, it's $116 as my risk. But looking for this potential cup and handle break over 20 for the leg up to maybe 25. At least I know I have that potential for a great 5-to-1, 6-to-1 setup. So I'm okay with risking $100 in pre-market, right? That'd put me down $250 on the day. I'll make that back in the first 5 minutes of the day. But with this potential that we have, it's definitely worth it. So right now, I'm long on BENE. Stops under 1650, breaking $18 here. That'll definitely bring some action and some volume back into the stock for that potential break over 20. So good morning. Good morning, Frank. Yeah, just 100 shares, nothing crazy. 100 shares, risking that $1.16, right? Stops are under 1650. And, you know, just kind of getting in early. You know, I'm getting in off support. I'd rather get in off support versus trying to buy the break of the potential cup and handle. Because what if it pushes on up slightly over 20, right? Bringing traders in for the cup and handle break. And what if it comes right back below 20 and it looks like crap? And it looks like it's going to, you know, falsely break out and be a fake out breakout. Well, I'm still in here. Right? I'm still in at 1755. I have a lot of breathing room to where I can still get out of the trade, maybe for a couple bucks of profit. Right? So I'd rather get in here off support, looking for the move, looking for the break. And if it doesn't break, at least I still have some money on the table. And knowing how cup and handle should work out, knowing I should see, you know, double bottoms, off support, typically a 50% retracement. Again, knowing how cup and handles should play out, right? How they should look, how the price action should look, right? I'm definitely thinking with 70% confidence that we could see the cup and handle, and that's why it's worth the anticipated trade, right? This is an anticipated trade. I'm anticipating the move. It could fall and crack and fade, and I could stop out and lose $100. And then I could say, you know what? Maybe I should have waited for confirmation, right? Or I can get in now for that potential break. And if it doesn't break, at least I still have some money on the table. So again, you just got to ask yourself if you're okay with the risk, right? Again, with me, am I okay with risking $100 to anticipate the potential cup and handle? The answer is yes, right? The answer is yes. I am okay with risking $100 to anticipate the trade, okay? At least I know what I'm getting myself involved with. A lot of traders, they jump in way too early anticipating the move, but they don't really accept the risk. They don't build a plan. And so when they get stopped out, they're like, damn it, I should have waited. Should have waited for that confirmation. Ah, man. Again, there's not a right way and a wrong way. It's an edge, right? My edge is sometimes I can anticipate the trade. As a newer trader, I would never anticipate trades, right? I did, and I lost a lot of money. I stopped doing that as a new trader. I stopped anticipating trades. I started waiting for confirmation. But as I progressed, as I grew my skill set as a trader, I started to see things a lot early. I started to see the trend, the flow, cup and handles. I started noticing things, 10, 20 minutes before a cup and handle would break out, or a bull flag, or a break of the downtrend, right? I started noticing these things with consistency, and I'm like, you know what? I can potentially anticipate these trades and get in a lot earlier because I'm noticing all of these little things, before these big time breakouts based on that price action, what I'm seeing, the flow of the stock. So again, guys, you just got to make sure you're prepared. And literally like this candle here, just like looking at the price action, I mean, that's not really what I was looking to see, right? If this candle can, again, we have 4 more minutes on this 5-minute candle. If this one starts pushing back up over 18, okay, we have some hope, right? But starting to crack below 17, we'll probably see it crack and fade and fall. And I may get out early, right? Because again, I could always get right back in. So right now, what time is it? 8:41. So here in about, 19 minutes, guys, we will officially be going live. We'll officially be going live, but it's really a lot of momentum today, guys. It's a lot of just momentum from Friday, from last week. The only thing right now that has a lot of fresh action with some decent news is GRNQ. GRNQ is moving on up, 144 now, so that's up about 14 cents from that breakout over 130 there. Right now, just looking to see if this pops off 19, maybe back over, not 19, 17. See, again, you can just kind of see that price action. See how it's getting a little jumpy right now? You see how it pops right up to 17.20, then back down to 16.80, and pops up 40 cents and back down? That's really what you do not want to see, right? You do not want to see that kind of price action. That's inconsistency, right? It's just, big spreads, inconsistency. And that right there could be a very bad sign that the stock is about to really start getting hit hard to the downside, right? You can just kind of see that nasty, kind of jumpy downward price action. It jumps up to 17.20 and boom, right back down to 16.80. Back up to 17.20, boom, right back down to 16.80. Not a fan of the price action, but I'll give it a few more seconds here to see what happens. JAGX, yeah, let's check out JAGX. Moving forward, guys, a few new things we're going to implement. So again, making sure that, stock tickers are typed up the correct way, which is obviously $ ticker. And another thing, just making sure that we type it in caps, so like JAGX. That's going to allow the ticker search box to function correctly. And then another thing I want to start doing here inside of chat, guys, is making sure that you have a message with a stock ticker, even if it's just a question, right? Even if it's just a question, making sure that there's an actual message with that ticker. I just want chat to be clean, want it to be credible, I want it to be transparent, so if we have other members scrolling through, they can actually see, okay, there was a question behind, say, JAGX. So again, I do appreciate it. Not trying to make it harder on everybody, just want to make sure chat's clean, credible, so others know what you're talking about, even if it's just a question. So I would really appreciate that, guys. And again, I'll give you guys some leniency, as again, this is something that I'm implementing as of today. So I don't expect everybody to, get on top of it right off the bat. So again, guys, just something to be mindful of. If we're typing up tickers, making sure we're putting some messages behind these stickers, guys, so other members in chat know exactly what we're talking about. JAGX, let's check it out real quick, though. So JAGX this morning, Italian government clears merger plan of Dragon, SPAC, SPA, and Jaguar Health's Italian subsidiaries. So they clear the merger plan. And JAGX. And I remember JAGX is a former supernova stock. This stock ripped in the past. Absolutely insane. So, I mean, we got some good news. JAGX Stock's up from 181 to 220. So it has news. It's a former runner. The only thing that concerns me, it's not really a concern. The only thing that I'm mindful of is there are 50 other stocks ripping and running, right? I mean, there's attention on DWAC still. There's attention on PHUN. We still have attention here on BENE, right? I know JAGX has some good news. It's a former runner, but my thing is it really going to get that attention? Right? There's 5 other stocks out there that have, really 90% of the market focus right now. Is JAGX really going to get that focus? Are traders going to shift their attention from DWAC to JAGX? I don't know. Me as a trader, this is how I look at it. JAGX, can it run? Yes. DWAC, can it run? Yes. But which one has proven itself more recently? DWAC, right? $12 to $175. PHUN, $2 to $20. JAGX, the only thing that I see right now is 180 to 245. So in my eyes, as maybe a trader, I think of it like, oh, well, DWAC can definitely get back up $75 to the upside. PHUN could rip another $15 to the upside. Can JAGX do that? I don't know, right? I don't know. It's only moved, 60, 70 cents so far. So that's how traders think. And really what we have to do is have a, traders' mindsets, shift, right? Like, okay, no more DWAC, no more PHUN. What's next, right? Shifting their focus, shifting their attention to a different stock. So, we'll keep it on watch. But if we do not see that shift, right, that majority of the buyers, majority of traders, that focus, that shift to JAGX, it probably won't be a stock you should really focus on as far as a stock that's going to have a lot of big time opportunity to the upside. But just looking at the technicals real quick, right? But still getting prepared, looking at the technicals. Obviously, we have some room right up to that 50 SMA. If we break that 50 SMA, we could easily see this up towards around 3, and then maybe filling that gap up towards around 345. So, I mean, we have some resistance overhead, 265, 325, and 345. They're on JAGX. Right now, we have $2 natural support. So I would say right around just $2 natural support on this. If it can stay above 2, yeah, let's keep it on watch. I mean, we have some news, right? The stock's a former runner, but I'm just thinking from a psychological standpoint, right? Human behavior, right? How do traders think? How do humans think, right? Well, these other 5 stocks ripped 100%. JAGX hasn't ripped in the longest time, and it's not even like it's that good of news. And right now, it's not even up that much. So, not really going to focus here on JAGX because I can look at MARK. I can look at DWAC. I can look at PHUN, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Again, I'm not saying JAGX can't move. I'm not saying JAGX is a bad stock. All I'm saying is we may not get the focus and the attention we need to see JAGX up to potentially fill that gap up towards around 330. And another thing you have to think of too is, okay, we know we could fill the gap at 345. That's about $1.30 to the upside. BENE could rip $5 here in a couple seconds. MARK could rip $5 in a couple minutes. So, with that being said, me as a trader, I'm like, JAGX, nah, maybe $1, right? But hey, MARK, maybe $5, right? We can see that rip. BENE, we could see that rip to the upside, $5, $6, $7. DWAC could rip $20, $30 at a time. It's already done that. That's where my focus is, and I think that's how other traders are thinking as well. And that's why I think we're going to see better opportunity with, again, DWAC, PHUN, MARK, BENE, a lot of these other stocks that have already moved last week that have some more movement this morning here in pre-market. So right now, BENE, just need to see if this one can get some volume over $18. So right now, what time is it? 8:49. So in about 5 to 10 minutes, we will be rolling that intro. We'll be going live for everybody that's just now tuning in. We'll get started. We'll get fired up. We'll get ready to go, traders. Yared, anybody from Canada? I'm not. What platform is best to use for cryptocurrency? Oof. I'm not sure. Typically, you know, the easiest way to figure some of these things out, you know, I Google everything. You know, I just Google like, hey, cryptocurrency platforms in Canada, right? So, I mean, you could look into like Uphold. Uphold's a very popular crypto platform to buy and sell crypto. And I don't know if you can through Canada, right? But definitely, Yared, check that out. Uphold to see if you know, you could sign up with them. That's where I buy certain cryptos like Ripple, HBAR, VeChain, certain cryptos like that. But definitely check that out. You know, Uphold, and then if Cole, whenever he gets inside the chat, he's the crypto guy, so he knows of all of the exchanges, all of the brokers, and he may be able to help you out, steer you in the right direction there. Cody, yeah, so I didn't take any trade on MARK either, right? Because I was looking at MARK Friday in Power Hour, and I was like, you know, we have a lot of this resistance at 192, right? Look, 200 SMA, resistance, 200 SMA, like it wasn't a big time break and run. It continued to struggle around that 200 SMA and right around $2, right? I mean, I know we closed at 217, but it wasn't that break of the 200 SMA and that break of $2, you know, that I wanted to see to get me excited, thinking that, oh my gosh, this thing's going to rip and run. It kind of just set sideways towards the end of the day. You know, if it would have closed into a high day at 253 and it was strong, yeah, absolutely, I would have taken a swing on this, but it just wasn't looking all that phenomenal, right, for any kind of end-of-day trade or any kind of swing trade, because it looked like it was struggling too much around that $2 area, that 190 to $2 area. So I personally didn't take MARK, but hey, you know, it definitely moved on up. It was looking great there in after hours. Maybe you could have grabbed a trade in after hours versus, you know, right at the end of the day after seeing it actually move. Maybe that was a better time to get in because it had a chance to prove itself. You know, GRNQ, this was the one over 130, guys. GRNQ over 130, room to 155, and it just went up to 188. Jesus, this thing, okay, ripping and running now. So right now, support's back down at 155 there on GRNQ. So JAGX again over $2. You can see it back up at those pre-market highs, right? Over 2. Room back to pre-market highs there on JAGX. Then you got 265 and then $3 resistance, and then room to fill that gap up towards around 345 if you guys are interested there in JAGX. So again, watch JAGX, MARK above 6. GRNQ, again, that was over 130, room to 154. That just completely blew past all of my targets, completely exceeded my expectations, all the way up to like 188. So right now, you got GRNQ being an absolute beast, but don't FOMO in. Sit back, be patient, and wait for the stock to do what? Wait for it to pull back, right? You know that you have that 200-day moving average right at 155. You have that spiking high in prior resistance at 155, and you have natural 150 support. Wait for the stock to pull back towards around 150 to 155. That's support. And then buy the dip, buy off support, put stops below support, right? And then take it into that next level of resistance, which would be that high at 188, right? Don't FOMO in. Don't chase it. Be smart, right? Be professionals. Wait for the stock to pull back. BENE, I'm still looking to see if this can pop above 18 off that little bottom that it's trying to form. It just needs some action. We just need a couple traders to move on in. Just a couple, right? Get Joey and Bobby and Angel, you know, just some of these traders. Come on, step on in here a little bit. Get it up over 18, right? And then we can go over 20. Okay, so that's the kind of volume I'd like to see. All right, I can dig it. I can dig it. Now you just got to keep going that way. There you go. 1801 from the buyers, 1805, 1811. Now, if you just want to break over 20 here, that's okay, right? I am okay with that. If you just want to cup and handle up right now, just go whoop over 20. I'm okay with that. BENE, let's see how that works on out, guys. That's what we wanted to see. Wanted to see the stock get back above 18 with volume, and right now I'm feeling more confident, right? Definitely feel more confident that we at least have room back up to those highs where I take maybe half my position and then hold the rest for a potential break over 20. And right now, I at least have some nice breathing room to let this work itself on out. METX, again, guys, over 35 bucks. This thing has room to 40. Then it has room to 46 cents. They're on METX. COMS right now, just kind of sit back and relax. There's better opportunity in the market. I mean, BENE, MARK is better opportunity, GRNQ, right? Definitely some better opportunity, but don't forget about COMS because COMS has some action and has some potential today. SONM, same thing. Don't discredit it. Don't forget about it. But right now, don't put too much focus into it because right now it's not really doing all that much. CRTD above $6.50. All right, has room back to $8.50 and then $9 potentially, ripping back up to Friday's highs of $9.80 and then maybe even 10 bucks there on CRTD. Keep that one on watch. We talked about PHUN, we talked about DWAC, which we will dive into these a little bit more thoroughly as well. But right now, you know, top stocks that you should be watching is MARK, GRNQ, and BENE. And I would say METX as well. You know, METX, because this thing breaking over 35, I mean, room to 40 and then 46, there's a lot of opportunity here with METX. So I would say those are the top stocks that I would focus on this morning. What time is it? It is 8:56. So let's go ahead and roll that intro. Let's go ahead and get our day started. Let's have some fun, traders. Let's rock and roll, and let's crush it on this beautiful, what? Money Monday, baby. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Let's make it happen. Once again, oh no, what happened? Where's my webcam at? No, hold on guys, 1 second. 1 second, let's go in here, properties. No, where's my beautiful face? No, I'm kidding. I don't really know what's going on here. Oh, my webcam is simply just not working this morning. I'm sure you want to see my beautiful face. I mean, here you guys go. Hello. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why my webcam's not working. So weird. Let me copy these properties real quick. Let's go ahead and copy this on over. We'll go back over here. We'll take that. We'll delete you. Say, yeah. Come here. Let's paste it. Hey, there I am. Hello, Josh. What's up, beautiful? All right, guys. What's up? What's going on? And good morning. Happy Money Monday, traders. It is October what? October what? October what? It's October 25th, guys. I'm just messing with you. I'm fired up. I'm excited. I'm a little distracted because I'm watching my trade here on BENE because it's getting a little jumpy right now. Big seller right there, 1820 at 30,000 shares. So again, you guys know I'm in on BENE. Just have to be mindful of that. If it starts coming back down, I do need to have an exit strategy, which I do, which is stopping out below probably 1750 now at this point in time. You know, if it starts cracking below 1730 to 1750, I'll probably start getting out of the stock, right? Because it's probably going to fade and fall and crack 1650 anyway. So my initial entry, I had an initial stop, but now looking at the stock and looking at the flow and looking at how it's moving, now I can kind of start saying, okay, now I can put my stop here. I can bring my stop up a little bit here because again, if we crack this level, we'll probably get stopped out at the lower stop loss, area anyway. why get that bigger stop? Why take that bigger stop when we could look at this chart as it moves, as it goes with us? We can continue to bring that stop loss up to prevent, you know, that bigger loss that we initially accepted when we were building our plans. But anyway, right now, guys and girls, BENE, I have a small 100 shares on the table. I went long at 1766. My stop loss was 1662 or 1650. I was risking about $1.16, but now looking at the chart, right, we've gotten back above the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. We're above the VWAP. If we see this crack back below 18 and back below the VWAP, right, it'll probably end up cracking 17, 1650, and fading back down to 15 before it bounces. So why hold it for that crack, right? If it cracks below 18, back down into the 1750s, I'll go ahead and get out. No longer risking $1.15, maybe risking, you know, 20 cents, 30 cents. All right. So right now, BENE, I'm trading this because of the cup and handle, guys, for that potential anticipated quick and ugly cup and handle, right? So you had a nice little spike up towards around 20 bucks here in pre-market, very choppy movement down, but pushed right back up into that level of resistance here in pre-market. And what really caught my eye was this little double bottom that we formed here off of a 1662 support, right? I can visually see that from this low to this high was about a 50% retracement, right? So I can see that this retraced a nice little 50%, right? And it put in a nice little double bottom looking to get this nice bigger U shape, right? Nice big U shape for a possible break, which would give us an ugly, right? Which would give us a very ugly, but it would give us a potential cup and handle breakout, right? Over 20, we could see it up towards around 25 bucks, guys. So that being said, that's why I took BENE down here off support, right? I went ahead and took it here, looking for this move on up, looking for the break over 20, possibly up towards around 25 bucks. And again, my stops are right below that low at 1662, but now my stops are being brought up underneath the VWAP and underneath that 9 EMA, because right now it's just not really getting that hype that I expected to see here on BENE. So again, I could always cut it. Again, lock in a couple bucks, maybe break even. And if it sets back up, guess what? I could re-enter. So again, I will be kind of distracted because I am watching this one. The last thing I want to do is get too zoned in, too focused, come back right around 920 and see the stocks at 15 bucks because you can't put hard stops in the system. So again, I will be kind of distracted looking on over, but we're going to get us prepared. We're going to have some fun, talk about what's moving, why it's moving, and which stocks have the best opportunity. Because right now, guys, we are coming in to what? We're coming into supernova season, guys, right? Starting last Wednesday. Last Wednesday was the first day we saw some consistent movement in the market. Thursday, big time day, right? And I still wasn't convinced on Thursday because how many times over the past 3 to 4 months have we seen slow and choppy, slow and choppy, slow and choppy for maybe weeks at a time, and then boom, one big day. Just a big, consistent day full of ripping and running. And then 2 more weeks of slow and choppiness. So even last Thursday, I wasn't yet convinced that we are in supernova season, but we were seeing supernova type moves. 2, 3, 4, 500% movers in the market, guys, right? But then Friday convinced me, guys. Friday, seeing DWAC gapping up and hitting 175. Seeing PHUN gapping up like that and hitting $24. That right there tells me, right? I was convinced. I was like, you know what? The fact that these stocks didn't just sit sideways and just open up where they closed or gap down. They actually gapped up and squeezed substantially. So we saw 3 days back to back to back of consistency, and that's what I want to see. Not just 1 day or 2 days, 3 days. Again, I don't want to be the guinea pig. Let me get out of this trade real quick, guys, because I'm not liking the price action. All right, I'm out of BENE. What, $7? Did I get break even? Oh, that was perfect. I got out at 1766, and I got in at 1766. Phenomenal. Cool. I can take my focus off here. But again, guys, you know, I always use the saying, don't be the guinea pig, right? If the market's slow and choppy, you get one hot day of breaking out, don't come into the market the very next day and start buying breakouts, right? Don't be the guinea pig, right? Let everybody else be the guinea pig, right? Sit back and wait for the market to prove itself. So what was I doing? Wasn't trading breakouts on Wednesday. Wasn't trading breakouts on Thursday, but we were seeing consistent breakouts. Again, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't being the guinea pig, going to start chasing these stocks for potential breakouts, right, for these momentum plays, and then just see a lot of false moves and a lot of choppiness. But again, Friday, we saw some consistency. I was buying high and selling higher. We were absolutely crushing it here inside of chat on Friday. Thursday, Wednesday, I mean, absolutely insane. The profits were just insane, guys. I mean, we saw profits as large as $7,000, $8,000 inside of chat. So everybody absolutely crushed it. Keep up the good work. But be mindful, right? Your emotions may be heightened. You may be excited, right? We haven't seen these types of market conditions in months. It will definitely mess with your emotions. It will. And if you do not know how to realize your emotions are being messed with, maybe they're a little heightened, right? Maybe you need to suppress those emotions. Maybe you need to trade a lot less size. Maybe you need to step away. If you feel anxious and you're overly excited and you have this urge to trade to make 10 grand, that's a bad mindset to have. If you have that mindset or anything like it, you really need to consider sitting back and scaling down, because you will make bad decisions. How do I know? That was me 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Anxious, excited. This is the day that I'm going to make 10 grand. The market's so hot, I can make 10 grand. Well, guess what? You're going to start making really bad decisions, taking big size, trading terrible setups, just looking for this stock to be the next big $100 mover, and it's going to be the stock that fades and falls, and you end up holding the bag and you blow up an account, right? This is reality. If you feel emotional, you feel anxious, you feel overly excited, you're not calm, cool, collective, right? Like me, it's calm, cool, collective, right? You need to take a step back. I promise you should take a step back, because you will make bad decisions. It happened to me a lot. I know from experience. So remain calm, cool, collected. The market's hot. The market's on fire. It's exciting, right? It's exciting. But don't get too excited with your trades. Have some fun, right? Get excited when you make good trades. Get excited when you make profit. But don't let that mess with your approach, with your mindset, with the way that you should trade, the professional and proper way, guys. So again, just be very, very mindful. I don't want to ramble and rant too much on that, but it's very, very important that you understand that you put yourself in check in the mornings when the market's hot, because it can be a little exciting. You could be a little too fired up, and you may make a couple bad decisions, and we don't want that. We want to make consistent profits. We still come in. What stocks are moving? What stocks have the best opportunity for the day and the best potential? That's where we put our focus. We're prepared. The only thing that's different is these stocks are breaking and ripping, right? That's the only thing that's different. These stocks are now breaking and ripping higher and holding on to momentum, moving 200% in a day. It's the only thing that's different. Everything else stays the same. Come in the market, do your due diligence. Let's break everything down. Let's build our plans the right way. Let's wait for the best setups. Let's attack the best setups, and let's make some consistent profits. Sound good? Sound good, baby? Let's make it happen. Let's have some fun, and let's go ahead and get started. But before we do that, everybody inside the chat, hit me with a good morning. And everybody over on YouTube, do the same thing. Hit me with a good morning. What's up? What's going on? Then, Mo, Nicolay, what up? Cody, Mike, Steve, what's up? Chris, good morning. Jamie, good morning. Ron, B Moose, Joe, Denise over on YouTube, good morning. Caden over on YouTube, good morning. Corey in chat, good freaking morning, and happy Money Monday, baby. I'm excited. I'm fired up, but I'm calm, cool, collective. I'm humble. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to attack this day, and I'm ready to have some fun and make some big time profits. So let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's get prepared. So right now, guys, we're just going to talk penny stocks, right? We're talking small caps. That's where the action is. Yes, there's options opportunity out there, right? There is. But when there's opportunity in a market and there's substantial opportunity, that's where we want to put our focus. The last couple of months, guys, we were still looking at small caps, but we were diving into more options plays, right? The large cap, the mid cap stocks that were optionable, because that's where that opportunity has been the last month or two. But now over the past few days, the opportunity is with penny stocks. The opportunity is with small caps. This is where our focus should be. Until we see it fade and fall and it just slows down, this is where our focus is, right? This is where it should be, because this is where we can really make some big time profits. This is where your accounts could double, triple, quadruple if you go about it the right way, okay? So again, the market's hot, and in my opinion, it's only getting hotter, and this is just the beginning of supernova season. We have yet to see 500%, right? We've seen warrants, but I'm talking the actual stock, 700%, 1,000% on the day. We have yet to see that. And typically when we enter supernova season, it could last a couple weeks, it could last a couple months. But with that being said, it's safe to say that we are entering, right? It's not 100% yet. We've only had 3 days of movement. This will be our 4th day. But it looks like if today's another good day and we hold on up and we have 200, 300, 400% gainers and things are consistent, looks like we're in supernova season and we have a couple weeks ahead of us of fun, of great trades, of great easy money. And this is the time that we need to attack, and we need to take advantage of this because it's not going to last forever. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're ready to go. Make sure you're trading, but make sure you always have a plan. Make sure you're managing your risk. Make sure you're still doing what you know you should do, but take advantage of this market because it's not going to be here forever. And this is the time of the year that small cap penny stock traders are patient for. And when it comes, we're ready to go. So let's make it happen, guys. BENE, right? I went ahead and closed out. I still think it has great potential. I really do. As long as this holds above 1660, breaking over 20 is likely, and the leg up to 25 is very likely as well, right? So I like BENE a lot. Again, BENE, momentum from Friday, guys, right? A lot of these plays, a lot of these stocks, 90% are last week movers, right? They had news, but they're momentum today. So right now we got BENE over 1660. As long as it holds $16.60, you have room to 20 and then 25. The formation, the pattern that we're starting to see here on BENE is a very ugly, but criteria is being met, cup and handle formation, all right? So again, right now there's one of two ways to trade this. Buying it now, putting stops at 1650. That's called anticipating the trade before the setup even confirms. Or buying the break over 20, looking for momentum and traders to push this higher and hope that you don't get caught up in a false breakout, right? So again, there's a couple different ways to trade it. There's a anticipated risky way, and there's a wait for the confirmation, waiting for the break over 20, which in my opinion is risky because I'm not a high day breakout trader. But in this type of market, when stocks break and rip and run, I will trade the breakouts, right? But when the stock market is like 50-50, a lot of false breakouts, a lot of good breakouts. I don't trade breakouts. It's 50-50. It's a gamble. But right now it's like 90-10, 80-20, right? 80% of the stocks that break high day, they continue breaking. I will trade breakouts. So in this market, again, guys, you can wait for the confirmation. Breaking over 20, you have room to 25. Or you can get your feet wet now before it breaks 20, if it breaks 20, off the cup and handle. And you're in at 18 with a $1.50 stop right now at this point in time. You know the entry, you know the stop, the reason why your stop's the stop. At least you have a first target in mind, maybe even $20 if it doesn't break 20, with another target in mind of 25 here on BENE. So again, watch BENE. Right now it could be setting up, and I went ahead and closed out of my trade because I want to give you guys my undivided attention. I would have never closed out. It never came down and stopped me out. If anything, I would have added to it off that doji above VWAP. So again, it looks good. It looks great. I think it's going to break 20. I'm leaving money on the table, but I want to get you guys prepared for the day. Okay, guys? JAGX, they dropped some news this morning around 8:30 that the Italian government cleared their merger plan. All right, so their merger plan has been cleared for closing. So JAGX is a former supernova stock. This stock had ripped aggressively in the past from around, what, $1 all the way up to 12 here early this year. Can it rip again? Yes, right? Is it a stock that has a low float that could rip? Yes, it is. Does it have news? Yes. It meets the criteria to be on the watch list, right? It meets the criteria of, again, a stock that is credible moving, right? It has a catalyst. It has good volume. It's a low float stock. But the only thing that I'm thinking of is other traders. I'm trying to think, how are other traders thinking right now? How's Beth thinking? How's Cole thinking? How's Angel thinking, right? And if I'm not mistaken, I'm probably sure you're thinking DWAC because it ripped last week. PHUN because it ripped last week. GRNQ because it's ripping. MARK because it ripped on Friday and it could rip again and it's gapping up 200%. And then you look at JAGX. It's up 40 cents. The news is okay. Doesn't really have that hype, that attention look to it. I'm going to go look at MARK. All right, cool. That's kind of what I'm thinking you guys are thinking, right? And that's what the majority of traders out there are probably thinking as well. It's like, JAGX, could it move? Yes. But I want to find a stock that's already moved. GRNQ, it's ripping. I want to trade this one. BENE, it's already been ripping. I want to trade this one. METX, it's ripping. I want to trade this one. Right now, JAGX, it's not ripping. Boring, right? I want a stock that's ripping and running. So I'm not really good at trade JAGX. And again, that's how I think a lot of traders are thinking. So that being said, I'm not going to put a lot of focus on JAGX. If it starts ripping, it starts ripping. But right now, I'm not putting a lot of focus on it, guys. Right now, support's at 2. Room to 245, room to 265, room to 3, and then you could fill the gap at 345. So for anybody looking at JAGX, anybody trading it, anybody that's in it, as long as it holds 2, you have room to 265, $3, and then 345 to fill that daily gap. All right. But again, I'm probably not going to put too much focus on it right out of the gates. I don't really think it's going to move like some of these other stocks can move. Again, I could be wrong, but I think we have better opportunity out there. MARK, mover from Friday. I was a little iffy with this one on Friday in Power Hour because it wasn't really doing much. I mean, yeah, it was moving, but it was hitting resistance and failing. Hitting resistance and failing right at strong daily resistance, $2 resistance, in the 200 SMA. And I'm like, it's just not breaking. It's not ripping. It's not running like a lot of stocks in the market were doing. And it wasn't really giving me that big, strong umph that it was really going to maybe gap up. So I didn't swing it. And it moved a little bit, right? It moved a little bit there in post-market. I mean, from around 217, ran up about $1, ended up closing 288. And then this morning, it just took on off. Right? This morning, it absolutely just ripped and ran and took on off. So MARK, strong momentum from Friday. And I've already marked up all these key levels of support and resistance. So right now, we had $7 support. It kept bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. We posted this morning in chat. We had $6 support. Look at that. Down at 6, nice bounce, back up to 750. So right now, we do have $6 support. We crack below $6. You're looking to be support right around $5 natural support. But below $5, you're looking at 445. Anything below 445, 323, and then anything below 323, it's probably done for. You all right? You should just not even focus on it. But right now, MARK does have support right around 6. We do have this downtrend that we have yet to break. So really, we're just looking for the stock to find some support at a level of support, right? Put in a bottom, put in some structure at one of these key levels of prior support, and then we're just looking to buy for the move higher. We have room back up to 7. We have room back up to 990, right? Right back up to the 990s and then $10. Anything over $10, guys, we have a lot of room to 14 and then $15. So MARK still has some great potential to the upside. We just got to wait for the stock to actually put in a bottom, put in some structure at one of these key levels. And once it does that and we solidify that, let's look to build a plan. Let's look to get involved with MARK because it still has a lot of great upside potential, at least back up to these pre-market highs. And if MARK is strong enough and breaks over pre-market highs, I mean, shoot, we could see it up at $14 and then $15 there on MARK. And again, right now, support is at 6. Cracking below 6, it has room down to 5 and then 445 there on MARK. I don't know what to tell you on GRNQ. If you guys didn't get in over 130, you missed out. I wouldn't be chasing it right now. We called this one over 130 this morning, room to 155 and then 183, completely surpassing my expectations. It's at 286, 250. This thing is being an absolute beast at this point in time. So again, GRNQ looking good, looking great. Why is GRNQ even moving up, right? So this morning, 8 o'clock this morning, that they admitted as International Telecommunication Union member files for LEO satellite launch. So they announced its incubated company has successfully admitted as a ITU-R member, and it's filing for applicating to launch its low orbit satellite. So again, they're successfully admitted to file for the application to launch the satellite. So I mean, I don't know much about what I'm seeing. I'm looking for keywords, right? I know keywords. right? Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials, meeting primary endpoints. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, what are these hot keywords? All right, what's really standing out to me here? I'm like, successfully admitted as an ITU-R member and it's filing, yada, yada, yada. Just right off the bat, you know, looking at the title of it, not really seeing anything that stands out. But again, looking through the press release, I'm sure something stands out as to why this stock is up from 85 cents, hitting highs of 270. So with that being said, we have news. We have credible news on GRNQ. Right now, GRNQ is up 200%. And we were talking about this one around 130 for the break to 155. And this thing is absolutely just blowing on up to the upside. So right now, we have resistance at 275. We have resistance at 3. We got a lot of resistance through 3 up into the 330s. We can see it up towards around 370 and then $4 here on GRNQ. I definitely want to keep GRNQ on high watch. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this blind down real quick. There we go. I can see clearly now. The sun is gone. Yes, so GRNQ, guys. Again, don't buy it up here. It's crazy. The stock just ripped from 183 to 280. It ran $1 without pulling back. Wait for the stock to pull back. Where can it pull back to? 183 to $2 is support. We have resistance at the high of day here in pre-market. Room to 3, room to 335, room to 370, room to $4 GRNQ. We've already talked about BENE. I like BENE. I think it's going to break 20 bucks. It looks great. METX was another one, breaking over 35, room to 40, and then room to 46. Guys, stocks are ripping right now, right? I've been here since 8:30 with you, trying to call these out, trying to alert you guys, get you guys, prepared. You know exactly what's going on. METX, 35 break up to 40. Bam, right? GRNQ, over that 130, just absolutely took on off. BENE still looks really good right here, guys. I mean, it looks really good. So overall, there's money to be made, right? And that's why I jump on the mic early, so you guys are prepared. You guys know what's going on. You know what's moving, why it's moving, and where the opportunity is. And right now, we can see 3 of these stocks that we were really actively talking about. All 3 of these stocks, either A, hitting targets, or getting ready to take on off. COMS, it's just not really doing all that much, guys, right? I mean, does it have opportunity? Is there potential? Yes, they even dropped another press release this morning, right? They even dropped another press release after a nice big day here on Friday. But right now, it's really not moving all that much. It doesn't really have that focus. COMS has support back down at that 50 SMA, right? And that 50 SMA on the daily is right around 170. So I would say 170 support here on COMS if $2 cannot hold. Now, if $2 can hold, that's support, baby. This thing has room back up to 3 and then room up into the 316 area. So again, you can see this up about $1 if it holds on up, if it starts getting some action. So again, COMS, they have some news this morning. It was a mover on Friday. I want to see this hold above 170 at the lowest. I know that it has room back up towards around 3. SONM. This stock is gapping up this morning here in pre-market. Didn't do anything last week, and I do not really see any news. So are we thinking sympathy play? I'd have to go in and just kind of look and see the sector. It's obviously a technology stock, but maybe the industry that this is in, and see if there's any kind of sector sympathy as to why, SONM was going from 170 to $4. Again, I do not see any news on Friday. I don't see any news today. This got some action there on Friday. Why? We need to go see why. Were there any filings? Right? Is there any news that I'm not seeing right here in front of me? Let's go find out real quick. SONM. Let's see if there's any filings there or anything like that on Friday for SONM. Because again, right now I'm not seeing anything right in front of me as to why SONM, again, ripped from 187 and hit highs of almost $5. So SONM 25 days ago was the last press release that we have. News last month, filings, no filings. So again, if you guys see something, let me know. But right here off the bat, I'm not really seeing a whole lot. So SONM, could it move? Yes. But is there better opportunity out there? Yes, right? Like, come on. We have METX, much better opportunity. BENE, much better. GRNQ, much better. MARK, much better, right? Like, let's eliminate some of the noise. Like JAGX, come on, it's noisy, guys, right? Look at it. Blah. Sucks, right? Nothing happening. MARK, not noisy, looks good. GRNQ, not noisy, looks good. BENE, looks good. METX, looks great. COMS, back burner play, right? It moved on Friday. It has news again today. We're all right at $2 support. I would say back burner play. It looks good. Definitely has some potential. But I don't think it's one of the top stocks you should focus on right out of the gate. I definitely think it's going to be BENE and MARK are going to be the top two stocks out of the gate. So watch those two out of the gate, but definitely add COMS to your watch list as a back burner. This thing could definitely move on up. BENE still looking great. CRTD was a big mover there on Friday as well. That was actually my $400 trade there on Friday to kick off that day. And right now, moving up once again. So it's all momentum with CRTD. And then this morning, shares rise 87% in pre-market because the company announced their second NFT drop, the Trump photographs. So again, an NFT tailored around Trump's photos, right? And you already know the NFT space is hot. You know, anything with Trump right now, but this is not political. I do not care what your political viewpoint is, right? This is nothing political. We're just talking, you know, Donald Trump right now has that following around him. Anything that has to do with Trump is related to money, is related to hype, right? It really is. It's like Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk talks about Shiba, it goes to the moon, right? Ross Cameron talks about Shiba, it doesn't do anything, all right? So again, these people have a lot of influence in, you know, like stocks and crypto, like Elon Musk. Donald Trump has that kind of influence as well. So anytime you see that name, Donald Trump, you're going to see sometimes these stocks ripping and running, right? Because it just has a lot of influence on what's going on. That's why we saw DWAC and PHUN rip and run, right? CRTD, it's moving up again from $4 to $9 simply because they created an NFT and they're selling them and they're just basically Donald Trump's photos. So NFT, Donald Trump, prior day mover. Yeah, it gave a lot back, but it is moving. I think we keep CRTD on watch, guys. Above 650, CRTD has room back up towards around, I would say like 875. I know I have 846 drawn up, but with these small cap penny stocks, 875 is just that key level. So again, anything over 650, we have room to 875 and then potentially $10. If we crack below 650 here on CRTD, we do have room back down to $5.29. And then obviously, we cannot forget about PHUN. Fun. It's fun, guys. Fun was fun on Friday. This stock ripping from around 761, hitting highs of $24. Right now, it may not be over, right? It may not be over. There may still be some FOMO on this stock, right? Because what happened? Right? What happened with PHUN and DWAC, right? The stocks were doing nothing. They had some news, they got some initial hype, right? And then they just start ripping and it just starts ripping, right? This is where all the smart traders are getting in, right? Smart traders. Now what's happening here? Right? What's happening here? This is all FOMO, right? The reason why that stock ripped from $12 to $175 was all because of FOMO. That's it. It was just FOMO, right? The stock ripping, people buying it, right? Smart traders getting on the pullbacks, right? More traders chasing it, buying it. It's all FOMO, right? That's all. That's the only reason why it ripped that high, right? There was news, right? It was good news, right? It should have ripped. But going from $12 to $175, it wasn't just because of the news. It was because there's way too much FOMO. So right now we have to think, is there still FOMO here on PHUN? I would say yes, because there's still a lot of bag holders here. There's a lot of people holding this bag. And if they have more capital, they're going to continue to buy this, right? And if it starts ripping again, maybe the traders that missed out last time, they want to get involved this time. So I would say, yes, it has potential because you have a lot of bag holders here, right? There were people buying at 23 and $24, right? They are completely screwed. Either A, they took big losses, or B, they're holding it, looking for the stock to go back up. So maybe they're buying this dip, trying to bring their cost basis down. And then you have traders saying, man, I missed PHUN. If it starts ripping again, I'm not going to miss out. That's the mindset of traders. So again, if there's still FOMO behind this stock, it could definitely rip and run again. Same thing with DWAC. That may be traders' mindset. Man, this thing went from $20 to $175. I'm not missing the next run. If I start to see this moving again, I'm buying it. And then again, it's going to squeeze because you got traders buying and FOMOing in. So again, if there's still FOMO here with DWAC, And PHUN, we still have some opportunity, guys. So we know what's going on. We know what we're looking at. We know why we're looking at it. We are prepared. We're ready to go. And the market is now live. Let's have an awesome day, traders. Let's have some fun. And let's make some great trades and watch that money flow on in. Woo! Let's make it happen. All right, DWAC halted right out of the gate. PHUN looking like it's halted right out of the gate. BENE looking like it may halt right out of the gate. Everything opening and giving a lot back. Again, we got PHUN halted. DWAC halted. CRTD looking a little iffy around that level of support. COMS, little iffy. METX is still looking great. BENE is looking a little iffy right now. GRNQ is pulling back. Right now, GRNQ is where I'm watching, guys. I'm watching GRNQ. All right, this is where I think we should put our focus. It's not as volatile. That's a larger, it's not a large float. It's 34 million in float, trading really good volume. It has that decent news. And GRNQ's already proven itself. That can go on a big time move. So again, I'm waiting for some of these stocks that are gapping up substantially to see these pullbacks. Again, it's just, profit taking. And then looking to see if we can find, one of these stocks down at a nice level of support, leveling, and looking for a nice little trade. But 1 second, you guys have to be patient with me. Give me 20 seconds. I drank way too much water and way too many energy drinks. I gotta use the restroom real quick. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, see, I said 20, 30 seconds. We didn't miss anything because right now, guys, it's a little crazy in the market, right? It's just a little crazy. Sit back and be patient. Sit back, be patient. Wait for things to kind of settle down a little bit. So right now, let's go ahead and switch over to our 1 minute time frames. I do like GRNQ above 183 here on GRNQ. Above that 183. Again, this one has a lot of great potential, team, here on GRNQ. Again, you had that really solid breakout here in pre-market off 183 and it ripped. Let's see if it can hold above 183. BENE is still getting smacked to the downside. You got everything halted to the downside, guys. You got MARK halted down. BENE getting ready to get halted down, guys. METX, the only one that's still trying to work its way up. COMS looking like crap. CRTD halted down. PHUN halted down. DWAC halted down. JAGX. Is this halted? No. That was JSPR. JSPR. Same thing halted. Guys, it's a little iffy right now. Let things settle down. Seriously. Sit back, be patient. Let things settle down and wait to see where that consistent mover is. Right? Still a little early. 3 minutes in the market. Last thing I want to be doing is jumping in on MARK right out the gate. GRNQ, I'm still a little iffy buying this because every other stock that's been moving is halted down. Why am I not in anything? Why am I not buying these dips? Why am I not trading? Because everything right out of the gate is dumping, is selling off quick. That may be the overall market today. I don't know. But right now, I'm not jumping in on anything. I am sitting back and being patient. Right now, everything's halted. MARK halted. You typed in the wrong ticker, Ron. You typed in GWACU. It's DWAC. It's Digital World Acquisition, DWAC. Looks like you have GWAC typed in. It's not delisted. DWAC right now, yep, it's still halted to the downside. PHUN still halted down. Just got to wait to see where these stocks are going to level. Right? See where these stocks are going to, level on off at. Nothing right now that I'm crazy about. How's Tesla? I was watching Tesla today. Tesla has a lot of room to a K, 1,000. Tesla's just ripping. Ripping and ripping and running. So SONM was some Twitter talk on SONM. It can only last so long, I guess. SONM not looking all that great. We got some great opportunity. Here we go. You got DWAC's now live. You got DWAC guys now live on DWAC, Digital World Acquisition. You have support right around that $100 level. Alt level to the downside right now on DWAC is 96. It's 96. You got the stock trying to fight to hold 100 and bounce 100 here. PHUN is still halted. Let's go switch our attention to PHUN. PHUN, oh, did it get halted again to the downside? It went live, then halted again? Oh, wow, it did. Yeah, halt, boom. Halt again. So we are halted again here on PHUN. And DWAC, halt to the upside here is going to be 114. Yeah, PHUN is dropping hard. PHUN has room back down. The 760, guys, 760. I'm focused on DWAC. We got a lot of pressure above $100 here. A lot of pressure above $100. We could easily see DWAC get a nice big pop to the upside. And, maybe halt to the upside. Who knows? You got DWAC right now starting to get some action. Halt level to the upside on this is like 114. It would have to get all the way to 114 before anything. But it's a little iffy. I was thinking it was going to really bounce aggressively there off 100 and just go straight up. And just go straight up and get halted. But right now it's just traders are still a little uncertain, guys. Still a little uncertain on which way they want to take anything. MARK? Is that still halted, or did that get halted again there? That got halted. No, that's still just halted from the initial drop. That should be live, though, here. Should be live in 3, 2, 1, live. And we're live there on MARK. Support is 445. We had 445 support drawn up since pre-market, but below 445, guys, you're looking at 323. They're on MARK. Right down towards around like that 323 on MARK is where your next level of decent support is. But again, we had 445 drawn up since pre-market. 445 is not a bad little level. How's GRNQ looking? Nothing yet with GRNQ. BENE looks weak, honestly. METX, nothing really happening there. COMS, that thing's ugly. I'm taking that off watch, guys. COMS will add it to a prior day mover list, but right now, intraday, definitely nothing happening. DWAC is still getting slammed to the downside. PHUN still halted down. CRTD still halted down. Yeah, right now, guys, you got to be patient. Sit back and be patient. There's nothing set up right now. Yep, my bad, guys. I forgot that my beautiful face was up here. Here, I'll just bring it on over to the right. Or actually, I'll just shut it off. How about that? So we'll just shut it off. So boom, and we'll just go webcam by. All right, cool. Yes, thank you, Beth. Again, yes, tickers in correct ticker format. Also, making sure that we're not just posting tickers, that there's always a message behind your ticker to keep chat credible, to keep chat clean, so everybody knows exactly what you're talking about. What on earth is happening with Amazon? Well, Amazon has earnings this week, so you're probably seeing a little bit of profit taking into earnings. You know, just having a nice, healthy little pullback, it looks like, there on Amazon. Right now, I don't see anything right out of the gate, guys, that, you know, I'm crazy about. You know, we still got PHUN halted to the downside. METX is fading and falling. CRTD still looking nasty. PHUN. Again, PHUN has some support. I mean, honestly, all the way back down to like 760. I mean, it's got a long way to fall here on PHUN. So right now, it's a game of patience. We're about 10 minutes in. Still sitting back looking for the best opportunity. Is it going to be MARK here above 445? You know, MARK doesn't look all that bad above 445, but it's just a little risky. Just a little risky, right? Just looking for a quick dip. Again, right now with everything just pointing down and halting down, I do not want to go long on anything right now at all. No, not at all. Because everything is looking like crap to the downside. So I want to wait to actually see a stock hold on up and actually start moving up. I am not going long when everything is down and, you know, halted to the downside. So right now, it's really just a game of patience. Waiting to see what stock is really going to reverse. You got PHUN is now live, right? PHUN is now live. Let's see what's going to happen here. I mean, you do have Friday's close at 875. I think it closed 875. It closed at, yeah, 874. So it may bounce off, you know, Friday's close at 875, but it's still risky because everything looks pretty weak right now. Definitely a lot of selling pressure in the market to start this beautiful Money Monday. What do you think of Facebook for a swing trade? You know, Facebook for a swing trade? You got more. You need more time. You need more time on Facebook. You need more just consolidation. You need this stock to actually find a floor support, right? You just got to really just wait for the stock to find a floor support. And like Casey just said, he beat me to it. You got earnings, right? You got earnings. So what do I think about swinging Facebook? Well, number one, looking at the chart, I don't see any reason to jump in. Number two, with earnings tonight, that's a gamble, man. That's a gamble, right? Calls, you might get lucky and, you know, hit. Puts, you might get lucky and hit. I mean, honestly, taking Facebook through earnings is a gamble, right? It's like going to the, you know, the roulette table. And I know you gotta have 50-50 odds. So whatever you have 50-50 odds. Maybe blackjack, right? You get 50-50 odds. Going and just putting, you know, some money down on a hand of blackjack. Right? That's it. Right? That's it. So again, swinging this with the technicals, no, it's way too early. There's nothing really worth watching here. Swinging this through earnings is solely a gamble. It's 50-50. And if you want to gamble, that's fine. Just make sure you understand it's a gamble, that there's no logic behind it, right? There's no edge behind this. Now, as far as an investment, yeah, I'm going to buy some today. Well, actually, I'm going to buy some today. I have $1,000 that I want to throw into Facebook. I'm going to go 500 today, 500 tomorrow after earnings. The reason I'm going to go in before earnings is what if they're decent and what if this moves up? Fantastic, right? If it moves down, cool. I can buy even more at a lower price. But like Casey said, again, beat me to it. Based on Snap's earnings, I'd be worried. Snapchat had bad earnings. What were we talking about last week? Is now that we have a lot of these social media stocks with earnings, you may see that, right? Snap's earnings weren't that good. So investors and traders start to think like, okay, well, maybe Facebook is not going to be good. Maybe Twitter earnings are not going to be all that good, right? Based on what another company within the same sector does. So that's something to be mindful of as well. Snapchat, down 20% after earnings? You know, Facebook, it could, right? I mean, Snapchat and Facebook are completely different at the end of the day. They're both social media companies, but they are completely different, right? So at the end of the day, you can't really compare them as like apples and apples because they are completely different in how they make money and what they do, how they operate, right? But they are both within that same sector, right? They are a social media stock. Mark's halted, and that's why we're talking right now, guys. Literally, why are we just talking? Because everything is selling off. Everything is selling off. Everything is selling off. So that's why we're just talking, right? I'm getting your mind off trading, because if your mind is right here like hunting for trades, you're probably going to lose, right? There's nothing worth getting involved with right now. So again, Frank, what do I think about Facebook for a swing trade? I would say no based on the technicals, number one. No, because you have earnings tomorrow. So if you're thinking like a legitimate proper swing trade, I would say no. If you're thinking of like, hey, I got $500 to gamble, then yeah, go. You know, if you think it's going to gap down, go buy some puts, right? If you think it's going to gap up off earnings, go buy some calls. If you're not sure, put 250 in calls and put 250 in puts, right? Try and capitalize on one of the moves. So you can do it that way. You know, spend 250 on calls and puts, and if it has a big gap up or gap down, at least one side of the trade's a winner. And your other investments just, you know, it gets washed out. You can do it that way. But again, Frank, to answer your question, as far as like a very professional approach for a swing trade, no. I'd be waiting until after earnings, looking to see what the stock does. METX, will it run back to high a day? If it holds above 35, it could run to 46. So METX, if it can stay above 35 here, Cody, it could definitely get back up towards around 46 cents there on METX. Okay, you got GRNQ reversing here a little bit. That's cool. I like the bottom. I like it back above 183. Right on. Let's get a little pullback to 183, and then I look for a possible entry here on GRNQ. Nice bottom, nice reversal. Again, come back and retest this 183. And then I'll look to take this long for the pop over 2, possibly for a big red to green move over 220 for that big time move, possibly back up to like 270 and 280 here on GRNQ. All right, so right now, I think all eyes right now at this point in time should be on GRNQ because you have a proper reversal, right? You have a bottom with a higher low with good volume confirming the reversal, right? Looking at GRNQ, or I'm sorry, DWAC, right? It's coming off a lower low trying to reverse. So we still have some time, in my opinion, on DWAC. Again, this is why we wait and we're not chasing anything right now because we're seeing a lot of false moves. We're seeing a lot of nasty selling pressure. Definitely sellers are in control today, guys. Sellers are in control. Buyers right now, it's really kind of iffy from the buyers. But clearly, you can see buyers are trying to get something going, but sellers are just absolutely wrecking. Absolutely wrecking the buyers. So again, right now, the only thing that I'm watching is, GRNQ around this 183-ish mark. Just curious to see if we can stay above this level, and if it looks good, I think we can see a nice little red to green. Right? Maybe a little red to green potential here on GRNQ. This is my number one watch right now. Right now, GRNQ is my number one watch. DWAC could reverse here. You know, if you put in a higher low, similar to the other low we put in right around $96, you could see a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders. Right now, GRNQ, not even trying to hold on up right now. Not even trying. You know, they had some decent potential, but nothing there. MARK still halted down. All right, what else do we have moving? Anything else moving around? PAE. No. KRBP. KRBP. Yeah, no. So right now, a lot of the stocks that have some great potential. Not a lot happening right now, guys. Crypto-related stocks. Crypto-related stocks, you know, doing well. You know, they're all in the green. BT is the only one not really doing all that great. I mean, it's slightly in the green by a whopping penny, but not doing all that much. You got some of the bigger ones, you know, like MARA doing pretty good. You know, RIOT's up a little bit. So, I mean, yeah, crypto stocks are moving, but they're not, like, ripping. They're not on fire right now. You know, they're definitely moving, but they're not, you know, absolutely on fire. You a choppy little stock. GRNQ, you're a choppy little choppy stock. I'm tempted, guys. I'm tempted to take a quick little entry here, looking for that break over 2. You know, it's a risky play because, again, I'm just looking for the break over 2 for that red to green move possibility. But GRNQ, if it rips, it could rip. But I'm okay with risking 10 cents. Yeah, I'm okay with risking 10 cents. I think it's going to try and break over 2 here. I'm going to jump in with a small, teeny size for this potential break over 2. Very small size. Just looking to see if we can get this break over 2 here. Since it is trying to hold above VWAP now. Again, I got in for the break. It's got to start really pushing through that $2 mark. And if not, I am going to walk away from it. Because, again, I'm going in on this for that potential $2 break. That was the only reason, looking for that nice little momentum push over 2 for this potential choppy, ugly red to green move. But right now, it's not really moving the way I would like to see it move for that momentum break over 2. So I may just cut it and look to re-enter. I don't want to start to see it dump or anything. Give it a few more seconds. It definitely has some potential. Again, over 182, breaking $2. You could see 220 here on GRNQ. And then it has a lot of room up to like 270 and 280 here on GRNQ, guys. So let's see. If it starts breaking 2, that's where a lot of volume can move on in. But if it starts cracking back below the 190s pretty aggressively, then we'll probably not see it happen. It'll probably come all the way back down to 155 here on GRNQ. All right, you want to start to see it pop 2 here. Ideally, in a perfect world, you want to start to see this break in 2. Like, literally on this candle, this is ideally in a perfect world where you want to start to see the stock break 2. If it's going to really get a strong break over 2 and try and break that open at 220. You got a lot of selling pressure too. 193, got 50. Oh, we took him out pretty easy. Okay. All right, this has got to be the one. Can you do it? Can you break $2? Come on. We'll see. I'm going to put stops below 190, guys. Stops below 190 here. If it doesn't break 2 and squeeze, it'll probably end up cracking, fading back down to 155. So if it doesn't have a clean, solid break over 2 and just start ripping, right, and has the potential to rip, probably need to walk away. There's 205, 204. Let's make sure it's not a false breakout. Got to stay over 2. We don't want to see it get slammed back down below 2. You want to start seeing it push higher. Keep moving higher. Momentum. That's what this is. It's a momentum trade. Over 2, we want to see buyers continue to push this stock up. If it starts coming back down below 195, I'm out. Because it's probably going to crack, fade, and fall. You don't want to really see it, break 2 to the upside and then fall right back down below 2. You want to see buyers really get this thing going. Over 2, 210, 220. Get that red to green. There's 210 from the, okay. Now we're going in the right direction here. We're trying to go in the right direction here on GRNQ. Again, 220 is a really good area on GRNQ. They'll lock in maybe a little bit of profit right around 220. I'm going to go ahead and go half size because I'm going to lock in some profits right around that 220 if we get 220 here. Giving it a few more moments to see if we can break 210 for that quick pop to 220. And over 220, guys, I mean, you have room to 260 and 280 here on GRNQ. We break 210. There's 210, 212, 213. Volume looks decent. I'm going to go ahead and lock in half there, guys, just to be smart. I'm going to go ahead and lock in half and leave a little bit of a runner here. See if this one goes red to green. If this is a red to green, watch for it to rip. If over 220, watch for this thing to just rip, guys. Over 220, I would expect to see this rip. I'm going to take another 25 shares here. I'm going to switch the 300 shares to the out. So I got 300 shares. Okay, I'm going to take profit. It's not looking good. I'm out. It was okay. It wasn't the full move I wanted, but it started to fake out there. Started to fake out, looking a little iffy. I at least got 600 shares off the table for a nice little 15-cent profit. but basically the other 600 shares with as quick as it dropped, I got out at break even. So I mean, it's like $100. You know, if I would have locked it completely in at 220, it would have been good. But right there, just getting a little iffy. A lot of selling pressure starting to step in. Not worth the risk seeing this crack back below 2 and get halted to the downside. Still has potential, but like I said, it was just, you know, looking at the level 2 and seeing those big sell orders print on the time and sales. I lost a little confidence. I was really looking to see that boom right through 220 right then and there. But, you know, it was okay. MARK, unhalted. Yes, this one is still like iffy. TikTok mom, Josh, what are your top 5 cryptos? My top 5 cryptos. Obviously, you can't go wrong with Bitcoin. You can't go wrong with Ethereum. You might want to go ahead and write these down. And again, these come from Cole. Cole's the crypto guy. I like these because Cole likes them, and I've talked to Cole, and they're actually pretty solid projects. They're actually really good cryptos long term. So I'll tell you my top 10. How about that? My top 10. So you could write all these down if you want. Because again, right now, guys, what's moving? What's going on? Maybe DWAC for the reversal, but there's a lot of false moves. There's a lot of hesitation from traders today. You can tell there's hesitation from traders because you're not seeing those breaks and those rips, right? You're not seeing what you saw Thursday. You're not seeing what we saw on Friday. There was no hesitation from buyers. Stock breaks high a day, whoop, $2, $3, $4 to the upside. Right now, stock breaks high a day. I don't know, right? So I'm not confident that we're going to see some big time rippers. Right now, we're seeing a lot of profit taking, guys. And look at GRNQ, right? So much hesitation that it's starting to move its way back down. Anyway, yes, it is choppy, Chris. It really is choppy, but it's okay. We made some big time profits last week. You know, hey, you can't expect the market to be hot and on fire every day. Sit back and be patient, guys. Don't give back all your profits. Just be patient and the opportunity will present itself. Bitcoin, Ethereum, you can't go wrong with those, guys. All right, Ripple, very speculative, but I like Ripple. I think Ripple, 5-10 years from now, insane. XRP. It's hard to buy it. But it's cheap. It's $1. Why not throw maybe $500 into it? If it ever hits the targets that a lot of people thinks it'll hit, $5,000, $10,000. Again, very, very a lot of speculation behind that. $5,000, $10,000 out of Ripple. Again, I'm throwing $500 in it because, you know, again, that was the same thing with Bitcoin 10 years ago. $100? No, it's never going to hit 1,000. It's at 60 grand now, guys. Okay, so I'm going to put $500 in the Ripple. I like Solana, SOL, Solana. QNT, right? I like Quant, QNT, ICP. That's another one that I like. VeChain, VET. I like VET. HBAR, HBAR. I like HBAR as well. So again, you got Matic, MATIC. You have Matic is a good one. Cardano, which is ADA. Right, that's Cardano, ADA. That's a good one. Obviously, Ethereum is ETH. Quant is another good one. QNT. You have HBAR, HBAR, Ripple, which is XRP. You got VeChain, which is VET. And then you have ICP. And you have Solana, which is SOL. I don't know if anybody has any other ones that they like, or maybe Cole can speak up. But I think those are pretty much Cole's favorites. Those are mine. Thanks, Cole. And I think these, 10 cryptos that I just listed are 10 very solid cryptos. They have better odds of being something of value 5 years from now versus SafeMoon or Dogecoin or whatever, anything like that. Hey, just made a profit listening to you on GRNQ. Ow! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We got free. Oh, yes, Link. Link is a solid project. Yes, Link. Chainlink. Yes, absolutely. Chainlink. And we'll have Cole sometime this week jump back on and go through these cryptos again that he likes, why he likes them, all that good stuff to get us all prepared, guys. All right, so we'll make sure we do a nice little open session with Cole sometime this week as like a nice little guest speaker. We'll have some fun. Right? Because again, VXV, it's the first time I'm hearing about VXV. I'm not the crypto guy. So we'll get Cole to jump on the mic and talk about VXV. I agree. Chainlink is a great project as well. So again, diversify. Like Kathy Wood says, right? As Miss Woods, Kathy would say, there's going to be like 5 or 10 cryptos that are here. Everything else will become obsolete, right? What 5 to 10 cryptos do you think will be here in existence 10 years from now, right? Look into their projects. Is there a problem that exists and they provide a solution to the problem? Ripple, there's a problem that exists. They offer a solution. So again, that's got to be your mindset. And you can go through and you can really pick great crypto projects, right? And again, Cole's done this research. He's done his homework and he absolutely knows which ones have the best potential to be here in 5 to 10 years. And again, all 10 of them may not, right? You may invest in 10 cryptos. 5 may be obsolete. The other 5 may be huge. But again, it's worth it because those 5 are still going to be something of huge value, again, years from now. You got to think years from now, too. Really? Cool. Think there'll be 50 to 100 cryptos that will stick. So when I say 5 to 10, I mean like 5 to 10 like elite, like the Amazons, right? Like the Amazons, the Googles of the world, right? 5 to 10 there. Now, obviously, yes, there'll be some other cryptos, in my opinion. But again, I follow Kathy. Kathy Woods is like the smartest person ever, right? So I follow Kathy and I listen to her reasonings. Again, Kathy Woods, if you guys don't know who Kathy Woods is, go check her out. She's a genius. She's the lady version of Warren Buffett. I don't know. She's insane. But yeah, she's like, 5 to 10, like really strong Bitcoin type of cryptos that are just like the leaders, right? Like the Amazons of the world. Like, I want to say Tesla because Tesla's not worth 900. You guys get the point though, right? You guys get the point. So yes, but overall, yeah, you'll still have some other cryptos out there for sure. Right now, the market's definitely not a long market, guys, and a lot of these stocks are not shortable. PHUN's getting halted against the downside, guys. It's a pretty iffy day. Please don't try and go long, right? Even GRNQ, right? It was a good long. We took it. We made $100, right? It put me down $70, right? Got me out of the hole a little bit. Try not to go long in this market, guy. I know it's tough because a lot of you are like, well, that's all I can do is go long. But buyers aren't holding the market up. Buyers are weak today. Sellers are dominating. You'll get into a long position. You may be up. You got to lock in those profits quick because the second you blink, boom, it's down. It's halted. Please do not chase these reversals, these dips, because they're not working today. This is a short market right now. This is a market that you should short in. GRNQ MRI 5000. Hey, we got 688 from MRI. Good job. Good job. I'll take it. Whopping 107. I expected a bigger and better move out of GRNQ. That's why I only took 1,000 shares. I thought we could see that red to green move, 240, 250, 260. I've been a $500-600 trade with $100 of risk. That's what I was all about, right? I was all about it. But hey, $100, $100, I guess. But right now, guys, it's an iffy day. All right, guys. So I did run the stream a little bit longer today. And the reason I did that is I've seen a little iffiness in the market. And I do not want you guys, right? You 58 beautiful sons of traders over on YouTube. I want you guys making bad decisions. I don't want you guys trying to jump in and take these trades long. We're not seeing the market conditions like we saw Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're not. We're not seeing stocks rip and run, breaking over highs, squeezing into halts. We're not. We're seeing iffiness. We're seeing, a little bit of choppiness, right? Traders in the market are a little 50-50, right? Honestly, you can see that there's more selling than buying. There's more profit taking than traders trying to buy these dips and push these up higher. So again, right now, guys, this is a day that you sit back on your hands. Seriously, sit back on your hands, right? Do not try and go long on something just to watch it turn over 5 seconds later and halt to the downside. There's going to be better opportunity this week. Maybe there's better opportunity around 11 o'clock, right? Maybe there's better opportunity in power out. Maybe there's better opportunity tomorrow. The last thing you want to do is trade in a pretty iffy market, which it is. It's a pretty choppy, kind of just 50-50 market, right? No consistency one way or another. It's choppy, right? You don't want to dig yourself a hole and have to dig yourself out of the hole, right? Why do you want to dig yourself a $500 hole just to get out of that hole? I would rather sit back and just be break even, and if I see a great opportunity, attack that and just be all green, right? I'm down 70 bucks. I'm not really gonna trade because I'm not seeing anything I like. If I see something I like, let's go. But right now, I feel like if I just jump into something, I feel like I'm just jumping in to say I'm in a trade. And I don't trade to just be in trades. I trade to make good trades and to watch my account grow. So that being said, until I see a very damn good setup, a great setup, and I see some more consistency in the market, not as much choppiness, I'm really going to be sitting on my hands and on the sidelines, and I suggest you guys do the same, right? There's no sense in sitting here, getting chopped out of your trades, digging yourself a hole, and then 3 o'clock comes around and it's hot, and you're out of trades, you're out of capital, now you have to wait. Just be patient, be disciplined, and wait for the market to be the market that you want to make good trades in, all right? We had a great Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of last week. Right now, it's a pretty choppy Money Monday, but again, we're only 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in. We still have a long time to go. Anything can happen, but just be smart, be patient, wait for those good setups, all right? Build your plans, have good stops, and make good profits, guys. All right, so, yeah, if anybody wants to join, guys, I mean, why not? Right? I'm not the one that sits here and brings you on saying, join. No. I mean, we stream every single day, Monday through Friday, at least one day a week. I do a free, open stream. So again, you get to have fun all day. But if you want to join. Yeah, you know where to find us, alphadaytrading.com. Everybody in chat absolutely loves it, right? Everybody we're making killer profits. We're having so much fun. Loving what we do every day. So if you want to join, check us out, alphadaytrading.com. If not, you guys know you will find me here tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, next week, next month, here on YouTube, every single morning, right around 8:30, 9 o'clock, as we get you guys prepared for the day. Where's the opportunity? We have some fun, and we make some profits, guys. So for now, I will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy and safe trading. And if you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out anytime, all right? Happy, safe trading, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Money Monday over on YouTube. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning, actually, on TikTok, because I'm not unbanned. I'm actually unbanned. I'm not banned anymore. So 8 o'clock on TikTok, and then about 8:55 to 9 o'clock here on YouTube. Real Little Spaz, can you make a note to check your email? Yes, absolutely. It was a busy weekend, and I normally don't check emails over the weekend. I usually take the weekend as my time with my kiddo. But yeah, I'll definitely check it today. I'll make a note of it. Usually around lunch on Mondays, I check emails. But yeah, absolutely. So right now, guys, again, you know, pretty much a break-even day. You know, I mean, 70 bucks in the hole, you know, it's nothing. Pretty much a break-even. I'm just sitting back, being patient, looking for like the best of the best opportunity. Definitely thought we had some better opportunity right then and there with GRNQ, but it is a little choppy trying to get this break over that 220 level, but it is maybe trying to set up for a little bit of an ascending triangle over the open, right? So we have that open right around 219 is resistance. We came up and hit resistance right here, and we're putting in these higher lows up against this level of resistance. This could be a possible ascending triangle breakout over the open, right? So I do still want to keep GRNQ on high watch. If it continues to build these higher lows and it holds this trend line and gets tighter and tighter and tighter, we can absolutely see that 220 break, and we have room to 250. We have a lot of room to $2.50. All right, so right now, I'm really just watching GRNQ. That's where my focus is right now. Yeah, nothing else really looking appealing at all. So right now, my focus, GRNQ for the possible ascending triangle breakout, right? Again, flat resistance. We're to resistance right there at the open. Resistance again, resistance again. The stock is building these higher lows with flat resistance. If it continues to do this, get tighter and tighter, eventually we could see this break and start ripping to the upside. If it cracks this uptrend, that's simply where you stop out. This setup has an 80% chance of moving higher, and a 20% chance of cracking to the downside. So this is an 80-20 setup. It's a great setup. It's a high probability setup. If we hold this nice uptrend, get tight, break over the open, which is 220 resistance, we do have room into the 250s and into the 280s here on GRNQ. We got BKKT. All right, BKKT. This one's starting to rip and run here a little bit. They confirmed a partnership to offer crypto. MasterCard, BAKKT press release confirms the partnership to offer cryptocurrency loyalty solutions, no terms disclosed. So, company and MasterCard announced a partnership for crypto. So that's pretty damn good press release there. Right now, we're absolutely watching BKKT. 100%. This is the new top gainer. This is the new #1 watch. It's halted to the upside. It's halted right at pre-market resistance, right? So we can apply this halt strategy. And now not only do we have the halt level that we want to see hold up as support, we also have what? Pre-market highs that we want to see hold up as support. So right now, it's BKKT, baby. BKKT is my #1 watch. Again, I'm looking for this stock to probably gap up, 30 to 50 cents. So again, above 14, maybe like a 14.30, 14.50 minimum gap up for it to immediately wash out and drop right back down into the halt level, into those pre-market highs. So right around like $13.95 to $14 entries for the next leg up through 15 for a possible second halt. Definitely some good opportunity and some good profits here on BKKT. So right now, team, BKKT is my #1 watch. Halted at 10:09:35. 10:14:35 will be live. And then we have GRNQ as well for the possible ascending triangle breakout. So those are the top two stocks. GRNQ over 220, room to 250, room to 270, room to 280. Stops would be underneath the VWAP and underneath that trend line that we were just talking about. BKKT, great news. Looking for the stock to gap up out of the halt, come back down to the halt level, as well as these pre-market highs. Old resistance, new support for the squeeze over 15 for the possible second halt on BKKT. If we get that entry right around 14 and it halts right to the upside, again, I'll be looking to take my profits out of that second halt to the upside.